23, and she came to the it's kind of fun. But the point is, she didn't have to face like another huge hurdle of costs or shame or not being fucking legal. So yeah, I'm so glad that she's now able to go through with something that she doesn't even really want to go through with, but she has the ability to do it anyway. So yeah, thanks, Mika.
Thank you, guys. Wait, don't forget your sign. Oh yeah. Who else would like to come up and speak? I know we've got Jamie, who's going to make an announcement about the Rapid Response Network. If you'd like to do that. And I want you to think about them. Okay.
But I like it. When women's rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When Muslim rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When queer rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
All right. So give me, oh, you got my sign. Okay, so I'm Jamie, I'm with the ISO and also with the Portland State University Rapid Response and Mobilization Network. How many people here know about that? A few of you. Did you get an alert, a text alert or an email alert about this rally? So we're new, but we're organized in response to the rise in this hate and among us, this anti-abortion, anti-women, anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim movement that's coming out of the ground, and with the bigot in chief in the White House encouraged at every turn. And we have declared ourselves a sanctuary campus, but we know that only those of us here are going to be enforcing them, that the administration is not really going to enforce that we have to do it ourselves, and we have to do it by mobilizing and, in this case, chasing them off campus.
That's right.
Victory! We did it. So those of you who are not signed up yet, please consider signing up for our Rapid Response and Mobilization Network for not only confronting the right, the racist and fascist movement as it emerges here on campus, and it's not if, but when. I mean, this is just one manifestation of what's going to be hitting us in the next period. But also when the federales, when the Immigration and Customs Enforcement comes after our immigrant students and our immigrant staff and people who live near campus who are undocumented or not. You know, I mean, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement is just profiling Latinos and just snatching them off the street. And we have to be prepared to respond to that as well. So I'm going to pass this around and encourage those of you who are not signed up to sign up. We will win.
We will win. Thank you. Pro-life, that's a lie. They don't care if women die.
Pro-life, that's a lie. They don't care if women die. Pro-life, that's a lie. They don't care if women die. Pro-life, that's a lie. They don't care if women die.
They don't give a shit. They say that they're pro-life, and they're only concerned with what they're concerned with. They don't care about what life looks like for a woman or a family or those children after they're born. And it's not them who should decide that. It's us. So with that, I'll have our next speaker up here.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a little bit nervous. This is my first time speaking at one of these events, but I would just like to say that it's really important to me because we don't tell men what they can and can't do with their bodies, and we cannot tell women what they can and can't do with their bodies. And we definitely cannot have white men tell women what to do with their bodies. So, with that, I would just like to say that I'm really proud of everyone who's here supporting us in our campus. It's not okay that people are shaming women coming here and making students feel unsafe. So let's fight for what's right. Woo!
Yeah, go do that.
Hey, my name is Leela. I actually just moved down here a couple weeks ago from Seattle, and I helped start a group up there about 7 years ago now called Seattle Clinic Defense. And we go out to support and defend the clinics that are under constant harassment by bigots who stand out front of clinics trying to intimidate, to shame, to really harass, take pictures of, follow, and stalk women and doctors who are providing health care. And it's been such an incredible experience being part of that group, because I feel like there's been such an outpouring of people thanking us for being there, who are excited to plug in and get involved, because the reality is these people have been out here day after day, week after week, year after year for decades, and mostly gone unopposed. And the reality is that strategy has worked. In terms of the reality of abortion rights, we still have legal abortion in this country, but it's increasingly out of reach. For millions of women, abortion may as well be illegal right now because of the number of clinics that have been closed down by these tactics, by the number of laws that have restricted access, and by the expense and the lack of health coverage to be able to access this essential right for women's reproductive justice and for all people with uteruses. And so I think that it's really important that everyone's coming out here today. I hope we can continue to talk about how we can organize on an ongoing basis, because we're under attack here too. I just heard that here in Oregon, there's a campaign for a ballot initiative. They want to be able to strip state Medicaid funding that does cover abortions here in Oregon, and we need to be able to oppose that and stand up for those rights. I think that things are starting to shift. I just heard up in Seattle, our first action for 40 Days for Life, or 40 Days of Lies as we call it, 95 people came out to the clinic in Seattle, outnumbered 2 bigots. They had an action earlier this morning up in Everett, which is north of Seattle, where 80 people came to confront 5 people. And I think it's true that when we come out, we're not trying to change their mind. We're trying to protect the patients, block their signs, show the community that where we stand and why we will fight for reproductive rights. But it dissuades them, it demoralizes them, and it makes it harder for them to come out and harass patients. And so I think that that's really important. I hope you all will continue to get involved, and really excited that these guys decided to run away today. That's the taste of more things to come, hopefully.
Get up, get down. Portland is a pro-choice town. Get up, get down. Portland is a pro-choice town. Get up, get down. Portland is a pro-choice town. Get up, get down. Portland is a pro-choice town. Get up, get down. Portland is a pro-choice town. Get up, get down. Portland is a pro-choice town. Woo! Woo! Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Again. Hi there. Would you like to speak?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, come on up. Get your friends up here. Let's go.
Terrible allergies, so I'm not hiding anything. But I'm so glad that I wanted to alert you that I was a volunteer for Healthcare for All in Portland's office. In Portland's office, Healthcare for All, about a year or 2 ago, before they took their office out of downtown. And I was very alarmed that what the director told me was that abortion would be, all of that would be gone, and that I know there are Catholics, on your board, and that don't worry about it because the nonprofits will take care of it. And I was horribly alarmed. I'm totally menopausal, so it does not apply to me. I can't procreate. But I'm thinking of all the women that come after me, and I was a Healthcare for All volunteer. I thought this, it was a good thing, but this was their agenda. And I went on cable radio, and I announced that I got heckled some, and they're like, oh no, Healthcare for All isn't against women's reproductive rights. Oh, I know Susie Q, she wouldn't be for anything of that. But I really think they have a very hidden agenda there, so I want to alert you. This is their hidden agenda. And I tried calling is it now? I tried making some phone calls, but I'm a disabled woman and I don't have a lot of time and energy. My disability takes a lot of time. So I did want to alert the press that watch out for them because they're looking to do some not so good things. And I am just adamantly pro-choice also. That when I was 17, all my girlfriends who were in boarding school, they could go to New York and have an abortion because they were rich and they had the money. So I lived through those days. And then when I was 17, I got pregnant, and I was able to have an abortion in a regular hospital and all of that. I had unknowingly, I had a full series of chest x-rays in my first trimester, and I was worried that the baby would be harmed. And I just, at 17, I didn't think I could deal with that. So, and I still had little girl fantasies that I wanted the big wedding and all of that. So I was just really, really glad that I could have it done safely so that I could go on. And I now have a gorgeous 35-year-old daughter who was wanted. I tried for 6 months to get pregnant and have her, and she's here in Portland. She's why I am here, and I'm just adamantly in support. But also, I did have a hangover effect for I don't know how many years after my abortion. Every March, I kept feeling like I had a depression, like, oh, somebody died. And finally, I worked it out in therapy because I came from an abusive background, which is why I got pregnant in the first place. And so I do want to let people know that to get counseling for it. In my day, no one really knew that it would upset you that much, because no one wants. It's not a choice you want to do. You would like to be able to carry it, but I want to scream to the heavens that it's a choice we get to make. Our doctor, my family, and no politician, no law should be telling me that I have to be a mother or not. So, that's right.
That's beautiful. And I thank you so much for your bravery in saying that, because there are too many people who have abortions and who can't speak out and who think that they're alone and who go through that process, because not only do we shame people and make it hard for them to get access to abortion, but we don't have what we should have, which is support and counseling along with it, right? Like, we're not even at the point there that we're able to demand those things. We're demanding the basics. But every person who has an abortion should have that support. And you mentioned, putting access to abortion in the hands of nonprofits or whatever. This is why this needs to be our movement, our demands, our decisions. We cannot put our faith in our politicians or in the NGOs or anyone else who says that they're going to do this for us. I mean, we really need to be able to demand, to have our demands be heard and have this be based in what women want. So, with that. Okay. Not Trump, not the state. Women should decide their fate.
Not Trump, not the state. Women should decide their fate. Not Trump, not the state. Women should decide their fate. Not Trump, not the state. Women should decide their fate. Not Trump.
Okay. No one should decide. Who would like to speak next?
I'll speak.
Come on, Brianne.
Hi there, I'm Brianne. I'm here at the ISO today. Thank all of you for coming out to show Portland State and people who organized this event that when our rights are under attack and that when they're threatened, that we will come out, we will turn up, and we will fight back. I'm here today with ISO, but I'm also here as a woman. But this is all of our struggle. If you're not a woman, if you don't have a uterus, if you're gay and you're not using it, The struggle for reproductive rights is a struggle against misogyny, the same misogyny that, along with racism, along with patriarchy, along with